Craig Frear had just finished his junior year at Scotia Glenville High School. The 17-year-old was a good and popular student there and co-captain of the soccer team. Several colleges were seeking to recruit him for his athletic abilities. Craig's parents, however, had noticed that he was acting somewhat secretive in the weeks leading up to his disappearance. He seemed to be slightly depressed and started spending most of his time at home instead of going out with his friends like he usually did. Craig had been working several shifts a week at the Price Chopper supermarket in his hometown of Glenville. However, approximately a month prior to his disappearance, he had been fired from his job after he stopped showing up for his scheduled shifts. Rather than tell his parents, he simply pretended he was still employed. On the day of his disappearance, his family found out he had lost his job. Craig had left his home to go to work. However, when Veronica Frear stopped by the Price Chopper to pick up some groceries a few hours later, her son wasn't there. Veronica left the Price Chopper and went looking for her son, eventually finding him hanging out at a friend's workplace. She confronted him about not working, and Craig assured her that it was all a mistake and he was going to be leaving for work shortly. However, when Craig's family paid a second visit to the store later on, he still wasn't there. On the afternoon of June the 27th, 2004, Craig Frear was visiting a friend in the Cambridge Manor apartment complex in Scotia, New York. The friend Craig was visiting at the apartment complex says he was upset over a recent breakup with his girlfriend. When Craig's mother, Veronica, found out about Craig lying about still being employed at the Price Chopper grocery store, she called him at 2 p.m. This led to an argument between the two of them. Craig, however, told her he was heading home and would be back in around 10 minutes. Craig left the apartment complex shortly after he ended the call and headed out on foot. It is unknown why he was walking home from the complex, since he had driven a car there. His car was left in the apartment complex. A group of teenagers saw Craig a few minutes later. He was walking along the railroad tracks that ran behind the Cambridge Manor apartments. The teens called out to him, but he motioned for them to be quiet and continued on his way. His destination was unclear. Craig was never seen again. His mother reported him missing later that evening when he didn't return home as expected. His case wasn't publicised by his family initially because they believed Craig may have left on his own and they wanted to let him work on whatever was bothering him. Investigators conducted numerous searches of the woods near the Cambridge Manor apartments, as well as the Mohawk River, but never found any clues as to Craig's whereabouts. Although he had last been seen walking near some railroad tracks, detectives found nothing to indicate he had been hit by a train, and they do not believe that he was suicidal. They tracked 400 leads and have given polygraph tests to his friends and family and conducted hundreds of interviews. Frear did not have his cell phone on him when he disappeared, and he had left behind his wallet and $40 in cash in his bedroom. His driver's license had been lost before his disappearance, and he never got round to getting another one. His social security number has not been used since his disappearance, indicating that he has not paid taxes, opened a bank account, or applied for a job anywhere in the United States. Craig has no criminal record, no history of behavioural problems, and no known enemies. He did run away once in his early teens, but only for one night. Investigators believe that there was someone at the Price Chopper that Craig was trying to avoid. For some reason, he wasn't comfortable talking about it with his parents, and had decided it was easier to just pretend he was still working there. There were rumours suggesting that Craig had been in a relationship with someone there, but investigators were unable to verify this. They also found nothing to suggest that Craig was involved in any kind of illegal activities. It does not appear that drugs played any role in his disappearance. In the years since Craig disappeared, there has been numerous rumours about the case, but little physical evidence. Some people believe that Craig simply ran away to start a new life somewhere else, but his family and investigators do not believe this is likely. Craig was close with his parents and siblings and had been looking forward to his senior year of high school and starting college. They are certain that Craig had no intentions of disappearing. In 2021, investigators released new information regarding a possible lead in Craig's disappearance. A co-worker of Craig's believes he saw him in the passenger seat of a vehicle travelling north on Route 50 in Glenville, north of Scotia. The vehicle stopped at the traffic light at Sheffield Road and turned left. The sighting was sometime between June the 27th and July the 2nd, 2004, and police are currently working to verify the potential lead.